Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. And I am free at last. University is done for the year. I can breathe a sigh of stressful relief for the next 3.5 to 4 months until I go back again in mid-March. And I'm going to be doing a lot of videos over the summer break. However, right now, I haven't had a chance to get much recorded, but what I wanted to show you guys today was what I like to get up to when I'm feeling a bit bored in War Thunder and I just want to have fun. So I'm of course talking about my disgusting premium lineups that I have, particularly with America, Germany and Russia. So with America, I've got a lineup that I can take out to sim in EC3 that is just pure filth. And to a degree, I actually take this out into arcade games as well. And this just prints silver lions. So of course, the first thing we've got here is the captured 109 F4. It's disgusting, but I like it. If you're fighting 109s, you might as well take a 109 out yourself. We've then got probably what is one of the most hated and loved premium aircraft in the game right now, especially if you play RB, which is the XP50. This thing climbs like a rocket ship. It's got very good guns. And it dives relatively well, although it does compress quite badly above 600 kilometers an hour. I got the Captured Zero. I honestly don't use this too often. I just find that, like the regular A6 M2, it gets outclassed by other things at its battle rating, and I prefer to fly out like the A6 M4, A6 M5 kind of stuff. But this is still my lineup because every now and then I just want to run circles around my enemies and for a bit of fun. XB55, one of my favourite American premiums. It is just an absolute Frankenstein of a plane. It's gone through several flight model changes since coming into the game, I believe. At one point it was very UFO-like. It is still quite a bit of a UFO, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Very prone to catching fire, but all of the guns being mounted in that nose there, it's very, very potent at boom and zoom attacks. This thing dives really well, and it doesn't compress that much at all, so this is fantastic for boom and zooming. Doesn't have the best climb rate, so just something to bear in mind. And this is the XP38G. Now I believe this is the one you can't get in the game anymore. I think the new one you can get is like the XY38 or whatever it's called anyway, but this is like the older version, like the experimental Lightning. It's basically a Lightning. There's not much else about it with a premium sticker on it. 3.3 for sim, so it's at the top end of EC2, which makes it a complete monster at that tier. Again, like the XP55, it is pretty good in a dive, but doesn't hold up as well at extreme speeds. This is probably one of my least favourite premiums in the game, but I still use it, especially in arcade, because it is a P61, and therefore it is a machine gun-laden machine of death. However, unlike the regular Tech Tree P61, this one carries no ordnance, so it's guns only, which makes it pretty darn useless. It does have a radar, like a World War II era radar, so it has that going for it, but aside from that, it's really a collector plane, nothing too special. And then for all of your ground pounding needs, we have the BTD-1, which I actually really enjoy. It's got a good variety of ground ordnance, and it also carries 2 torpedoes, so it's great for anti-shipping stuff. I use this in naval battles, and I also use it in enduring confrontation for sinking aircraft carriers. So that's the American lineup out of the way. It's disgusting, but I love it. So let's have a look at the German one, which is, less populated, but equally disgusting. So first of all, we have got the original Thunderbolt, the original Hitler Bolt, not the new one, which is the Razorback, but this is the original one with the bubble canopy. It's got a lower repair cost, and in my opinion, it's just the better of the two. Captured Thunderbolt on the German side, pretty filthy, but it doesn't have ordnance. That is the one trade-off, but honestly, when you're rocking 850 cals against other things, it's pretty potent. The Heinkel 219 is one of my favourite cannon cast planes to take out in ground RB. It's got 2 20mm and it's got 3 30mm, 2 of which are the high velocity ones, 2 of which are the lower velocity ones, but they all have over 80 mils of pen, so this thing is completely lethal in top-down attacks. It's a monster. Speaking of monsters, this thing, I forgot I put the face on it. This is one of my favorite aircraft for Germany, like premium or tech tree. The TA-154, the cannons are amazing, it dives well, it climbs relatively well, and for its size it turns well. Of course, being a twin engine heavy fighter, the best thing you want to do is boom and zoom attacks with this, and potentially go for bombers, but I find the engines on this are quite vulnerable, so I usually use this to attack heavy fighters. And of course we have my favourite premium in the game, the BF-109 Zwilling. This is my baby, I adore it, it is just fantastic. If you haven't seen my sim review on this plane, go and watch it. It's a monster with 4 machine cannon Mark 108s. Yes, they're potato lobbers, they're low velocity shells, but once you learn how to lead those guns, they will destroy anything those shells make connection with. Like, it's a one-hit monster. And this thing, in a head-on, you're gonna lose almost every single time. This thing, in a head-on, don't do it. Just don't. And then to round out everything, we've got the BV-238, which I believe was the first premium aircraft I ever bought in War Thunder, way back in 2017 or 2018, I think. So this is the one that started my premium obsession. And oh, look at the little kangaroo on the wing. You know, over the years, this thing has lost a bit of its potency, but it is still a meme. I still like taking it out. It's especially fun to carpet bomb tank maps with this, and the cannons on it clap. You know, like if you're in an enemy fighter and you get stuck behind this thing on the tail, you're in trouble if they can aim with this. And then moving on to my Russian premium lineup, we start with the premium i16 Type 28. I haven't actually flown this one much. I don't remember even when I got it. I think it might have been 2 sales ago or something like that, but it's a little pocket rocket. The cannons are good. There was the time when the recoil on the i16 and the i153 made them really difficult to aim in sim. That's different now, like it feels a little bit more balanced. I just haven't used it much, so I can't really comment on how much different it is from the tech tree ones. I imagine not much, but you do of course get the beefier 20mm guns on it, which is always nice. I've of course got a bunch of Lend-Lease, starting with the P40, which is pretty much the same as the American P40. You get 500 kg bombs with it. It overheats like all P40s tend to do, and it's good if you want an early tier boom and zoomer for Russia. And this is one of my favorite Russian premiums. It is a Hurricane, so it is an excellent turn fighter, and what it does have is 2 50 cal machine guns, or 12.7 mils, and it has 2 20mm Shivak cannons. So it's got Russian guns on a well-turning British airframe, which is a very potent combination, and in the right hands this thing can be an absolute monster. So if you're ever considering getting a Lend-Lease aircraft, definitely think about the Hurricane. It's a lot of fun. Moving on, we've got my 2 P39s. I've got the P39N0 and the P39K1. Now, I believe this one is limited. It's only available a couple of times a year, whereas I think the other one, this one here, is still just available in general. They're P39s, they've got melon launchers, and they've got 50 cal guns, and they will flat spin the moment you even look at the rudder because of the centrally mounted engine, so just be wary of that. We've got the ITP M1, which was one of the Build-a-thon planes at the start of this year, I believe. This thing is a potent opponent. It's got a 37mm in the nose, and it's got 2 20mm as well. It handles relatively well, but of course something to bear in mind with this particular aircraft, and like some of the others, is the fact that it's got cooling systems in the wing. So if you cop a hit in the wing, you're gonna eventually lose your engine, which is not ideal, really. And then to round out this lineup, we have the I-153P, which is just one of my favorite meme machines, and it has rockets as well, which is a lot of fun. I mostly use this in Tank RB just for the lulz. But wait, there is more. There is one more premium lineup, and again, this one is with Russia. It is my EC3 lineup, which we will start off with a Yak 9M, which was again one of the first premiums I got. The P47 Stalin Bolt, the Lend-Lease Thunderbolt. This, unlike the Hitler Bolt, does have ordnance, so it's great for combined arms, and because it's a Thunderbolt, it's amazing at boom and zooming. Again, I have the ITP in this lineup just because I think this thing does handle fairly well in an up tier, so, you know, taking it into EC3 Sim, not a problem at all. We've then got the P63A5. I don't know if this is still available or not. Honestly, it evades me, but again, like the P63s, just be careful of flat spinning like a fool in this one. Another ordnance carrying premium, this one is a Lend-Lease B25J, which I haven't honestly really used much, but it does have a lot of guns in that nose and mounted on the side, so don't head on this thing if you value your life. And to round it out, we have the SU6, which again I think came from a build-a-thon event. I honestly don't remember now. But this aircraft here is actually really good at taking out armoured columns and that in enduring confrontation in Sim. It's got rockets, it's got bombs, and the cannons on it are actually very effective if you get a side shot on a tank, especially if you take the armoured target belts. Yeah, they've got a decent amount of pen on the side. So yeah, definitely use this one if you like taking out tanks and things like that. But yes, those are my disgusting premium lineups. I do of course have premiums for other tech trees, but I don't have enough at the same battle rating to do something as horrendous as this. I don't obviously fly out only this lineup, I've just done this for the purpose of this video, but sometimes when I feel like having a lot of fun and making people cry, I will take out this lineup in Sim just for the lols. The same with the German and the Russian lineups as well. I do plan to eventually review all of the premium aircraft that I have, or at least ones that I can get decent footage in to get a review. It's all going to depend on time and how much I can get done over this 4-month holiday before I go back to university, and then my free time plummets like a stone in a creek. But yes, premium lineups, premium lineups, premium lineups. I have lots of them, and yeah, I'm not sorry. So anyway, yeah, that is me back with a video where I basically just spend 13.5 minutes talking about how much money I've probably given Gaijin over the past 4.5 years. And well, mind you, they did somewhat pay for some of this, you know, because I get content creator benefits and stuff. But a lot of these premiums were bought before I started doing the YouTube thing. So, you know, do I regret it? No, I've had a lot of fun with these planes. But anyway, I will stop yabbering on today. Stay tuned for more War Thunder, IL-2, DCS, and other gaming content in the future, and I will try and get some top tier sim reviews done nice and quickly. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good night. Goodbye.